Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elyse and I am a professional makeup artist and a first-time mom, and this is my Back to Basics series where I break down a full face of makeup so that you can master your makeup routine. Today we're going to be going over all about concealing and correcting those dark under eye circles and any blemishes you've got on your face, so make sure you stick around. Let's get right into it. Alright, you might notice that I have already got foundation on. I actually just filmed my foundation video, so if you want, you can go check that out first so that you can start from the very beginning of this series. This is our second video. We're going to be talking about concealer today and how to use it to accentuate the features that you want to accentuate, how to spot conceal for acne, as well as dark under eye circles, all that good stuff. Everything I'm using today is from the drugstore. What we're going to go over first is how to cover dark circles, because I am a mom, I am working full-time, and I am tired all the time. So I like to use two different kinds of concealers in my makeup routine. I like one that's got a more natural finish and one that's more matte. So because I do this, I can mix and match depending on where I'm putting it on my face. Typically, I like to use a more natural finish on my face to spot conceal, and then for my under eyes, I like to mix a more natural finish with a matte concealer, because I find that the matte concealers actually last a lot longer and your under eyes tend to crease a lot faster. Now, the questions that I get asked a lot when it comes to under eye concealer is, what concealer can I use so that it doesn't crease under my eyes? How do I stop the lines from showing under my eyes? And my answer to that is essentially, you can't. Your under eyes have creases. They're gonna show. The best that you can do to combat them, aside from like cosmetic surgery, is using a good moisturizer to keep them hydrated and using the right concealer so that they don't settle into those lines as quickly or easily. So the first thing we're gonna start focusing on to conceal is our under eyes. So my favorite concealers that I use all over my face are Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Now, e.l.f. just came out with the hydrating version of this one. I have not tried it yet, but I'm really excited because anybody who knows me, or if you follow me, you know that I am obsessed with this concealer. Starting with our Maybelline concealer, we're going to apply that under our eyes to counteract some of the darkness under our eyes. We're essentially creating a base that matches our skin tone. Usually when I'm doing my makeup, I'm in a rush because it's either early in the morning and I'm off to work, or I have a screaming child that needs my attention. And I know that a lot of you watching this are in the same boat, so I actually mix the two steps. What you could do, if you've got the time, is blend this out and then go in with the next step, but I actually go just one on top of the other so I can do it all in one go. I'm going to take my e.l.f. 16-Hour Concealer. This is actually in a shade 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I'm just going to pop this right on the inner corner there, like this. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to brighten that under eye. It's going to give you a really awake, fresh look to your face. Then, to blend out my under eye concealer to give you the most natural finish and pick up any excess product so it doesn't look cakey or heavy, you're going to use a sponge. This is the Real Technique sponge. I like it because it's got a really flat edge and it's super affordable. It's also a drugstore product. You want to make sure that you get it wet first, so put it under water, squeeze it a couple times, and then wring it out in like a towel or whatever. And I'm going to actually just push my hair out of the way. Taking the sponge and the flat end, you're just going to start to blend that out. Work your way, I like to work my way from the inner corner all the way out. You're not going to want to just focus it on underneath your eyes. You're going to bring it down towards roughly where your nose ends and then up towards your hairline. So you're creating this triangle effect because you're going to conceal and brighten everything around that area. We're going to go in and highlight the rest of our face. You'll notice that when you put foundation on, it's going to cancel any shadows and any lightness on your face. So now, the process of putting on makeup is you're going to want to add some of that depth back. You don't have to do this. If you're crunched on time, under eye concealer and some foundation and you're good to go. So you're going to focus on any of the spots that a light would naturally bounce off your face. So under your eyes, your cheekbones, which we've hit when we did under eyes, you're going to do down your nose. I actually like to bring just a little bit on the sides of my nose because this is going to counteract any redness and give you a little bit more of a flawless finish. You're going to put it on your chin, because that's a higher point of your face. You can put it right in the center of your forehead, but because I have bangs, I don't do that. And I actually get some redness just around the sides of my mouth, so I will bring this concealer just like that. And I'm using the concealer that matches my skin tone. And then I blend it all up with my sponge. Now, depending on your skin type, this may be good for you to stop at. If you've got pretty clear skin, the amount of concealer and foundation that you've just put on should have concealed most of what you've got on your skin that you would want to be concealing. I do have a couple of blemishes just in a couple spots here, so I'm going to show you how to conceal any blemishes now so that you get a full coverage look without a cakey look, because that's the important part, right? Nobody wants to look like they're wearing a pound of makeup. So going back in with your concealer that matches your skin tone, I actually blend out my spot concealing with a brush. This is actually just a small dense brush. I'm going to take my concealer, I'm going to apply it in the spots that I want to cover. Then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to pat it. You're not going to swipe it, you're not going to brush it, you're going to pat that brush on that area in a circle to blend it out. Once your face is done, you're going to want to set your face because you've done all this work now and you don't want it to be moving throughout the day. So to set my under eyes, I actually use my damp sponge. And I use two different face products. This is a little bit extreme, but they're both from the drugstore and they're both fantastic. You could use one or the other. I'm going to explain to you why I use both, so then that way you can pick and choose what you want to do. The first thing I do is I set my under eyes, and I use the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder in Fair Light for this one. Because we've done a brightening effect under our eyes, you're going to want to make sure that you're applying a lighter foundation or powder underneath there to maintain that brightness. So taking your sponge, you're just going to pat out any of the creasing that might have started. And I like to bake my under eyes a little bit. It's kind of a thing of the past, but I'm kind of feeling it right now. So that's what I do. I just put a little bit of the powder in the cap here. Taking my sponge, yes, my sponge is still wet. This is what's going to give you that more natural finish without it looking dry or cakey. I apply it on my sponge and then I just apply it right under my eyes, like that. That's how I set my under eyes. Then I use something else to set the rest of my face because the rest of my face I don't want to be that light. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use the color 220, the fluffy brush. And what you want to make sure that you're not doing is moving that product before it's set. So rather than just going into your powder and then swirling it around on your face, you're going to want to go into that powder and then push it. Push it into your face until it's set and then dust away the excess. And now we have a completely flawless base that we can now work off of. I'm gonna go finish my face and I'll be right back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you give it a like and subscribe to this channel because there are so many more videos coming in this series that you don't want to miss out. We're doing a full face breakdown every single day for the next couple days so that you can master your makeup routine. If you want to see more quick makeup looks, go ahead and visit my Instagram page where I give lots of quick tips and tricks for mastering your makeup on a day-to-day basis. See you guys in the next video. Bye!